came here 5 years ago and I didn't know no English, so I have to find a place where I have to learn so I can success, get a job. My first ESL class, it was a small classroom. It was like, I guess, like 15 people, 13 or so.
My favorite free time activity.
It wasn't easy trying to speak another language that I never heard about it. I never know stuff, I only know thank you, okay, that's it.
Before you can work in the kitchen at Rhode Island Hospital, we need you to be able to understand English and to speak English and to read English. We communicate in English in our assembling of patient trays. The trays print in English, and you have to know what the different foods are in English.
I took 3 ESL classes at Genesis Center, and then I took the Stepping Up program, Healthcare Exploration. They give a free program for CNA classes, home care, like taking care of people. After the classes, we have to do an internship at the hospital, and it was like for 4 weeks. Then after that, we start applying online.
What we like about the Stepping Up program is we know when we're working with them, we're getting quality employees. They've given them the training that they need on how to be good, conscientious, reliable employees, which is what we need.
And I got the interview and I got the job. It's like the first day of school. You're just scared, you don't know what to expect for people.
Alba's very bright, and that helps her in her job.
A few years ago, after I got my job at Rhode Island Hospital, I went to CCRI. Molly Soon, a member from Genesis Center, helped me to do that.
When I first met Alba, it was in one of my introductions to the classroom when I entered her classroom and invited students to pursue their higher education. So I was able to draw her attention about college, because that was one of her goal, was to pursue her higher ed.
I did the OCU Placer test where they're gonna know how my ESL level is. And I got into the second ESL class, and I took the second one, and I think the third one too. And I'm finished already with my ESL classes. So now I have to take regular classes.
You can start college at any age and at any level, so we are helping you. You know, the first step is here at the Genesis, learn English as much as you can, and then we can transition to college.
You have to study if you want a better future.
We are in Nilo, Warwick Hotels. It is my job of almost 10 months now. My position as a server, I'm in charge of taking care of the table. I'm the first person they see and the last person they see, so I give them the best impression of the restaurant.
David's an amazing guy. He very hardworking, big heart, great dad, very dedicated, kind of go above and beyond for just about anybody.
The time between when I dropped out of school and when I went to CCAP was about a 10-month period. When I was out of school, I wasn't working, I wasn't doing anything except for sitting at home. I'm not going anywhere in life. CCAP is actually mainly for your GED. That's the first thing that I went there originally for. After going there, they introduced me to summer employment, their resume classes, their interview skills classes, all the other things that they had. My counselor's name is Dina, and she's been great to work with.
David came to us last year. He started GED, then he went away for a little bit, had his son, and came back around May of last year, re-entered GED, and it took off right away for him.
My motivation actually came from my son. Once I found out that my son was on the way, I knew that I couldn't live the life I was living anymore. I wanted to be the best I could be for him, and I couldn't be anything without at least a high school education.
We really saw that he had potential, and we offered him a position with our summer youth employment program with the historical cemeteries in Warwick.
I was going to be in charge of, it ended up being about 10 kids, and it was going to be my first, I've never had a supervisor job, so a supervisor experience to put down on my resume.
When he worked on the cemetery restoration crew in the summer as a supervisor, he connected with the youth. We're so proud of him.
I just finished with my resume classes, my interview classes. I had wanted to take it while it was all fresh in my memory. And I went on just a big job hunt one day. And this was actually the third place I went. I came in with my resume, walked up to my manager, got an interview right there on the spot, and hired right on the spot. It was a Sunday, and I started the very next Thursday. I don't think I would have been able to get the job without what I learned at the Skills Center. Before going into interviews, I was very shaky, very one-word answer to questions. Now I was more open, told her a little bit about myself before we even started the interview.
He's very good with people, very easy to communicate with. The staff here it's more of like a family or a team atmosphere opposed to just coworkers, which is an amazing environment to have. He fits right in.
We work with the US military and the fire service to help develop better textiles for protection of the end user. So we make soldiers safer and firefighters safer. I started in 2006, just myself, and then in 2007 I hired Bethany Pollock.
When I started at Propel, it was a very small business. It was just Claire at the time, and she had just begun selling to the contractors a webbing product. So a lot of it at the beginning was managing that product. A lot of our work became more and more research and development focused, particularly with funds from the Small Business Innovation Research Program, those grants. And there's a lot of technical writing that needs to be done.
If you work at Propel, you're going to need a number of different skills. But I also think that you can train. For example, in the Governor's Workforce Training Grant, we use that to help Bethany hone her skills to write proposals. As a small business owner, I think we did twice the amount of training we would have done without the Governor's Workforce Board funding.
I did a one-day course from an SBIR coach that was presented at Worcester Polytech, where he covered the basics of Small Business Innovation Research Grant proposal writing from start to finish. We did other training via the web, some specific seminars that were webinars that fit in nicely to a day.
I would say that the training has given her more confidence. She's quite a confident individual, but more confidence to be able to know that she's on the right path to the answer.
I think I am a better writer now.
Remember when we were trying to figure out the peel and shear?
Instead of coming to me and saying, should I do it this way? She'll just do it and then send it to me and say, I've done it this way, what do you think?
So each lot we've done will have a burst.
We just did, for a client, a proposal in response to the Rapid Innovation Fund broad agency announcement. I think we had 25 pages to write.
If you're writing a 25-page R&D proposal, it takes about 80 to 160 hours of work. And so if we can farm that work within the company and share it, rather than the burden falling primarily on me, it's going to help us be able to grow the business. And that's exactly what has happened as a result of her training. Over the last 12 months, we've grown 100%. The other thing is that our existing client base, we've probably applied and won more grants for them more consistently over the last 12 months as a result of being able to accomplish more in a short period of time.
The training that I was able to attend assisted in changing the level of the work that I was able to provide, helping the company to be able to grow and offer more, and led to an increase in my salary. My university education I wouldn't trade for anything in the world, but I've been out of school for 15 or more years now. And to be able to go back and continually get additional education and training opportunities is crucial to being able to continue to move forward in your career.